Hello, everybody. It's 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on a Wednesday. That means it is New Comic Book Day, that holiday that comes every week. Welcome. Kind of a light week again. I don't know about everybody else, but for me, it was a very light week. Managed to stay in budget. But let's get started, see what's happening with the comics. So, let's go. Got to turn that down. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday again. Lorenzo with All Trim City Comics here with my weekly comics haul. So, like I said, it's kind of a light week for me. Got some good stuff. Got some stuff that I missed. Got some stuff that's coming in from my comic shop next week, most likely. Local LCS did not have some stuff I wanted. But, hey, what are you going to do? You get what you got, and you're happy with it. So let's get started with the first book. First book is Wonder Girl. This is from last week. DC was late in my neck of the woods. I'm liking this series because this is Joelle Jones. I just love their art. Very cool. I like the way she designed this character. I know she designed it, but she sure draws it better than everybody else. So I picked up number 3 of Wonder Girl in the snare by Eros. I guess that cab driver is going to start moving in on her, the one that picked her up in issue number 1. Next is new this week, everybody's favorite, also a DC, well, not really a DC, but it's Black Label, so that's kind of like the new Vertigo. It's Nice House on the Lake. Got the A cover this time. Always happy to get that. This is something that I presume a lot of us are reading because it's very popular. Can't wait to get this. And this is going to be one of the first ones read of the mainstream books for sure. Don't come out of the bag. Next is a couple of Marvels I got. I got Daredevil number 34. I think 35, maybe the last one of the Chip books, of Chip's run at least. Could be. Let's see. Yeah. Chip's got this. He's been doing quite well with it. I was thinking about getting a Liefeld cover, but they didn't have it. And I'm not going to pay extra just to have another cover with Liefeld on it. So I don't like him that much. But it did look a little bit nicer than this one. But this will do just fine. All right, see what are we doing here. Yeah. Next is Shang-Chi. Now we start now with the to be canceled list. Shang-Chi, to be honest, I have not been reading a lot. I've read the first miniseries, and I haven't picked up even number 1 of this ongoing series yet. Anxious to see the movie, but I'm not that geeked about the comic, to be honest. So I was looking for the incentive cover. Couldn't find that. Since I'm obligated to the series for now, I picked up this one. It's not bad. It got the FF in there, so we'll see what happens with that. Next, continuing the to be canceled list. The to be canceled list is Kanto. Kanto number 3. Kanto the Lionhearted number 3, that is. I like Kanto. My strategies I mentioned before is to read, binge them all, and then run, and just collect them and binge them all. If I'm going to do that, might as well just get the trade. So I decided to just cancel the series and pick up the trade whenever it comes out. So that makes more sense. Sometimes it gets lost in the shuffle and you just forget about stuff like that, when you got so many things being juggled. Now starting with the indie books. As I've mentioned before, my disappointment with Black Cotton. Fulfilling my obligation to my LCS, I was too late to cancel my subscription to Black Cotton. So I got number 5. This is going to be the last one I have of this issue, of this series. This, I guess the idea was okay, but it was just like, hey, let's make a story about if if racial inequality were reversed, and that's all they had. So they really didn't have much after this basic premise, and they spent all their money on good covers. You know, this is a decent cover, and the first issue had a really good cover, and the interior art just not that great. Not that great for a story like this. Whereas White came on with such great art and a story that's like 10 times better than this. And and it has much more of an edge with humor, and it's written much more cleverly than this. And, you know, kudos to these people that just, you know, at least they got their book published, you know, which is, I guess, you know, great, because it's tough to get a book published. But this is not it, as far as I'm concerned. So, my final Black Cotton. And now the good stuff. First, the Me You Love in the Dark. This is a Scotty Young joint. I can't wait for this second issue. The first issue was really great. Can't wait to read what happens here in the second issue. So this is one of my faves of the week. Next is a book, not kind of similar but very different. If that makes any sense. The last book you'll ever read. Kind of a spooky plot, also much more of a sexual quality to it, I guess you would say. It's, those who read it know what I'm talking about. And the artist who was doing Mom is also doing this, and they're doing a much better job on this, in my opinion, than they are on Mom. But hey, good for them for getting that work. And it has a couple of raunchy Brandy covers also, a C and D cover that I think I ordered online also. Next is the unbelievable, I tell you, Unteens. The Unteens are, they got me just enough to want to see another issue. This is from the world of Black Hammer. It was just interesting enough to get me to see what the heck happened with these kids and why they're so doggone unbelievable. All right, coming down the home stretch here. This is going to be one of the books that's going to be in this week's Indie Comic Review, and it was offered as like a first. They have this 20% off deal called for featured first at my LCS, and this is one of the featured first. This is May's book #1 by Jeff Lemire. You had me at Jeff Lemire, so I mean this guy makes some good stuff. Sweet Tooth. Black Hammer, for instance, and so I'm going to see what this is about. This is the A cover of that book. I considered getting the B cover. I think I'm going to get the B cover. I think I already ordered it actually, but I want to make sure I got the A cover because I like it better. The B cover has kind of like a Manson-esque face on it, so it's kind of spooky. So let's see what this is about. And new Indie Comic Review coming out tomorrow. More about that later. And the penultimate book was also a featured first at my comic shop, at my LCS, I should say. This one is Deadbox, and I got the cover A because I really like this cover A. There was a cover B also that wasn't as appealing. This is from Vault Comics, and I'm not familiar with the creative team on here, but this cover was pretty intriguing, so I picked it up. Last book from the LCS is Eve. Eve is coming to a close. This has been a really good series. People with children have really been talking about this series. It's been really touching, especially I guess if you have kids, and just thinking about the shit we're doing to the planet and all that kind of stuff. Eve comes to a close. This is another good creative team that I was not familiar with, but they really came up with a really good series, and looking forward to seeing how that wraps up. So that is all for this week's comics. Before I go on to checking out what I'm looking forward to next week, I want to mention also that I made a video talking about how I'm going to be making a separate channel for my drawing videos and for storytelling. I'm going to do some video animated storytelling as well as drawing videos on that channel. So I think that's kind of a different demographic for the most part. If anybody wants to jump on and just go to check out both channels, that's fine. But most people, they come to a channel for one thing, and they want to just talk about comics, or they want to see a drawing video and so forth. So going to have a different channel for that. So, and also, so the Indie Comics Review will be happening on Thursdays from now on, so we can catch more relevance from the Wednesday New Comic Book Day. Maybe the books from the previous day are still fresh in everyone's mind. Still going to do older books too, but I think it just makes a little more sense. So we'll see how that goes. Change is good, Hey, Joelman, what's up, man? What is up? What's up? Yeah, so that being said, let's check out what's going to be happening next week. Next week, there's a few books, some indies and some mainstream books that interest me. It's going to be Harley Quinn, the animated series, which is a little bit more adult oriented. I think that's going to be more up my alley for the Harley Quinn. I haven't seen the series yet, but I heard it's pretty good. It's on the HBO Max, which I'm yet to get. There's like so many different HBOs. I just, how many do we really need, So there's a couple covers for that one. There's a cover A right there, and then there's a cover B, which is this one. So I don't know. I think the A cover works for me, but I don't know. We will see. I may get both because I tend to do it with first issue sometimes. But I'm definitely going to pick up this from somewhere, and I didn't subscribe to it, but I'll definitely check it out. Next is Joker, number 7. Joker's been a really good series. DC is doing better stuff than Marvel as far as I'm concerned. And that's something I thought I'd never say. And this one is like a tarot card variant cover. I'm probably going to try to pick that one up. They've got some really good covers for this series too. So that's another big plus about it. Next is going to be Maw from Boom Studios. I read the blurb about this, but I completely forgot about what it was about. But this looks weird, so it's kind of right up my alley. So I will be checking this out when it comes out next week. That's all I got about this one. If anybody else has any ideas about it, then let me know. No, I did not, man. But you know what? I'm gonna read it like right after this this broadcast, and I'm gonna be giving it a review in Indie Comics Review tomorrow. So, did you read it? If you did, let me know what you think about it. Without spoilers, of course. But I think it looks interesting. I don't know if you got the Charles Manson cover or not, but I got the A cover, at least this time. Next book is going to be Primordial. I think this is also a Jeff Lemire thing. So some of these guys are doing really good stuff. So one of my favorite writers. So I'm going to give it a shot right off the top. I finally figured out to follow writers more so than anything else, as most people know already. But sometimes you just take, hey, this looks good. It was a nice cover. And it turns out to be not so good. But Primordial, I honestly forgot what that was about too. But it looks like it's been anticipated for quite some time. And I'm going to be checking it out when it comes out next week. Next, of course, is the old family-friendly book Red Room by Ed Piskor. It has a couple of different covers. The A cover is this one, which is like a Fantagraphics homage, if you will. That's probably the one that I'll get because it'll be the most accessible one. This is probably the end of the first arc too of that. Maybe it's going 5. It's going 4 or 5 for the first arc, and he's going to pick up, I think, again next year with another volume of that book. Hey, hey, what's up, Circum? My son finally made me late. That's okay, man. Obligations, I understand completely. Good to have you. Hey, but as far as Red Room goes, you almost get numb to the gore and stuff in there. It almost becomes like art. which is kind of weird, but I don't know. It's such a well drawn book that I just it doesn't bother me as much, I guess. And now here's the cover that I think that people are going to really go crazy over, at least at least initially. I'm thinking the Spawn #1 homage cover. So yeah, I'm thinking that's gonna be the big one for for this particular run right here. I I don't know. I still see some of those Ninja Turtle #1 homages sitting on the shelf at the LCS with the $80 price tag on them. I'm tempted, but I'm not that tempted. Those homages are great, but I'd rather just wait for them to come down. If I miss out, so be it. I'm not feeling the whole $80 thing right away. Next book is going to be Scumbag is back. Scumbag. Hey, Scumbag is not for a lot of folks, but one thing about it is pretty damn funny. And so I think Scumbag is going to be ongoing, and they really reel me in with the different artists, and every artist that did like number. I think this is number what? This is number 9. I want to say. Or 10. You don't see the number. Oh, number 10. Number 10 for this one. I don't know. I was gonna drop it at first, but then they created Planet Scumbag, so I got to see how that turns out. So yeah, Scumbag's always got funny story and good art. I don't know what the incentive of that Spawn. It might be just a 1 in 10, I think, or 1 in 15. I think there's another one that I missed, maybe, that has a 1 in 25, but it could be the 1 in 25. But it is an incentive cover, so it's going to probably go for a premium. Coming up next week also is 7 Secrets. 7 Secrets number 12. It's been a year already, at least, for probably a little bit longer for 7 Secrets. This is a really good story. I know you're following that story, Circum. That's a really good series. This is a sleeper. A lot of people aren't up on it. I don't know. This is one of those things that they're going to look back on. Oh, it was such a great thing. How nobody see it? But 7 Secrets has been, as far as it got the anime style. I'm not a big fan of the anime style, but I like this book. This is really, really nice. And I think the last book. It's 2 more books coming up next week. The penultimate book for next week is going to be White #3. One of those hard to find books, and the aforementioned book that's many times better than White Cotton. Yep, yes sir. It was a good time. I think it's bad things are ahead for some of the characters too. But they lose a lot, like Wind. Wind is, they lose a lot of beloved characters in that story. They're both kid friendly, but they're both like, wow, I can't believe they killed so and so. It's a really good book. White, wow, it's got some of the most iconic covers, like Uncle Sam and and Mrs. Bush setting out the same Thanksgiving turkey or something. It's just so good, man. I couldn't believe how good this was. It's so hard to find though. I subscribe to it through the LCS. I'll see if they can get them. I got a feeling I should probably just back up that subscription with looking for them online as well, because sometimes small shops get shorted on books like that. But hey, I try to give them the business first, but I hate to miss out. If you guys can't get it, I feel for you. Last book I'm looking forward to is Wind, and this is Wind number 10. Oh my God! If anybody out there is reading this, oh my God. This is something the whole family can enjoy. If you're all y'all, you got kids that read comics, I think they will probably enjoy this too. This is, there's no cursing in it. There's, it's violent, but not like gorily violent, not like Berserker or Red Room violent. And this is something that folks may regret not jumping on when they had a chance. This is going to be a thing. This is going to be some kind of Disney Plus or some platform is gonna like get this book, and they're gonna run with it, and the number one is gonna be crazy, and the print runs were low because nobody was reading it. You know, it's James Tynion of Tynion thing. Yeah, man, absolutely. You know, this man knows he collects. He's a very wise collector. Um, oh, and then Bermuda. Yeah, you know, I missed out on Bermuda the first time. I really wasn't really super psyched about it at first. But then I saw some pages from it, like, oh, this is very nice artwork, and I'm hearing that the story was pretty good too. So it's about this adventure in the Bermuda Triangle, and this female adventurer and stuff that she gets into and stuff like that. So I think I ordered number one from somewhere else. Hopefully I'll be able to get that. So the Bermuda number one and two, nice. Spy and Ticks, yeah. yeah. I gotta get down with the number two on that. I'm probably gonna be collecting that, or at least reading it and seeing what I think about it. It's just beautifully drawn. It's one of those things that I could totally get into. So hey, that is it. That is all I got. Gonna be doing the review tomorrow. Gonna have a couple of those new books in it that I just pulled today. Missed a couple that I missed, like I was not able to get. There was actually in the preview thumbnail was Black Manta number one, the cover B. We got him looking all regal on the throne like T'Challa, and they'd had none of that cover at my LCS whatsoever. So I ordered at least one copy of that from my comic shop, and also the Green Lantern, which I don't even read, but I saw this cover like, oh, okay, this cover is badass, and it's by not Chang, but the God, I can't think of the other guy's name. He's been doing some really dope covers lately. So I'm going to pick up that online. It's going to be coming with my comic shop subscription next week. So I'm looking forward to like reading that, unboxing that, and just having that. I may just get that cover, graded or framed, just because it is such a cool thing. But anyway, that is it right now, folks. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Thanks for those who are watching the replay. I appreciate you. Be sure to. I'm going to be making another channel, as I mentioned that before, for drawing and for storytelling, things like that. So I'll leave a link down below when that channel gets up. So hey, enjoy those new comic books, everybody. Thanks everybody for stopping by, and I will see you guys next time. Hey, Sincere, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Check you guys out later.